Hey guys, how's it going? Happy New Year! So, it's finally here, and oh my.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
So I can say it has some good defenses. It is a chunky boy. It has good health as well, and it is big. But yeah, another week, another mobile suit. Here it is again. We finally got it. We've been saying it for so long. And yeah, it's here. It's in the game. We're finally correct. I know there was a lot of memes on Reddit about the O and everybody anticipating it. So it is a 650 ground and space with space specialization suit. It has only 4 weapons, and we'll get into that real quick. Right here we have the oh yeah, it's a general, by the way, guys. That's pretty much the one kind of disappointing thing about this. Everybody thought it was going to be a raid, and I guess, you know, every one of their big iconic suits, they have to make a general, because why not? And, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's actually a very good melee aggressive suit, so it kind of would make sense to have it as a raid anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it performs, and we'll take a look here at the video. But it does have Beam Saber times 4 as one of its sub weapons. It has a burst fire 12 shot. I think it fires in 3 bursts, and I think it's every 3 seconds. So I'm guessing it kind of acts like the smart gun from the Zeku Eins Type 2. So, you know, we'll see if it staggers like that. I didn't really notice if it did, but either way, that is a damage output that you can do. And actually, wait a minute, I don't think it is like the Zeku Eins, because it's only a 1.5 second cooldown. So, you know, that's not too bad. It's a nice little bit of damage. I think it's 750 damage per shot, 3 shot bursts, so you can do that 4 times before you have to reload. Everything's ammo based on this. Its main beam rifle is an insta stagger, 3 shot ammo before you have to reload, so it's, I think, just like the Mark II Gundam. The main thing is everything on this thing does damage. So that beam rifle does 3,000 base damage, and it's just an insta stagger shot, which is kind of insane. It also has this biosensor P, and I'll get into that here in a second, but let's go ahead and look at what we got for the video. So there's its beam rifle, of course. I think normally it has more options than that, but we only get the insta fire like that. It has the 4 quad sabers, and it is crazy. Also, that picture with how the little arms come out looks a little funny for the banner. I'll let you look at that for yourself and laugh, but I definitely laughed on stream. So we have the biosensor P, and really it's biosensor, except for it gains the extra benefit of having 200% lock-on time. Now the question was, is this an increased 200% or 200% base? So it seems to be an increased 200%. So if you have, say, a 2-second lock-on time for your funnels or whatever, incoms, etc., then it's going to take you 6 seconds to lock onto this thing when it's at 30% or less health. And from what I understand, it has all the other biosensor benefits. So there's that. So kind of interesting. Yeah, it's just biosensor, but a little better. So, kind of cool. Then it has this new recoil attitude control system, which I think is said differently in-game for the English version. But anyway, point being, reduces thruster consumption at the start of high-speed movement. That's cool. And this is in space. And cancels the movement at the end of the movement. So you pretty much go and then you'll just stop. So if you're boosting, you'll stop, and then you can do whatever you need to do without any of the like drifting kind of normal space was that AMBAC kind of situation. So that's really interesting that it's just an immediate halt is how I'm understanding it. I guess we'll see how that actually works when people play it. But normally, a lot of people like that moving around and drifting through space. So I'm curious to see how this will be received. Personally, I don't like the drifting through space as much because I always just miss everything. So we'll go ahead and, I like Scooty suits, so that's kind of weird. But in space, I don't like the up and down and all around directions that you drift. So maybe this is my space suit as well. Now, the 4 times beam sabers have 2,900 damage each. And I'm assuming that hits all 4 times. So if you actually hit 4 times with 2,900 damage, that is the most damage melee we have right now. And its downswing apparently hits 3 times. It kind of looked like 2 to me, but it might be a 3 times hit. In that case, it might be a 2-2 and then a 4 kind of situation. But either way, though, with what we have here, just if it's 1 hitting 3 times, that's more damage than the Gyan, which is insane. Then it seems to have 2 beam sabers for its main beam saber weapon, even though I thought I only saw 1. So I was thinking it only had 1, but it looks like it has 2, and I'm guessing those hit twice, unless it only swings 1 at a time for all of its swings. So as far as some of its stats, defensive-wise, it does have 22 and 22 as its base resist for its ranged resist, and I believe it's 36 for its melee, so it is insanely tanky outright for the melee, meaning you don't either really have to put too much melee resist on it to cap it out, or well, really you have to put a level 4 on it, which it has 12 slots for close range, or you could actually just go ahead and forego that and do some melee damage, giving it more chunks, and that can work too. Those would be the 2 different things I would do for the top slots. But again, I do say it is tanky, but it does need some parts to really make it that super tank for the ranged defenses. The medium and long range slots, it actually has quite a few. It has even more long range than I think anything else, which is why I guess they put them there so that you could put a lot of defensive parts on it. It doesn't really have too many good range damage. I mean, even though the beam rifle chunks, it's more to set up its melee, I would think. Even though it kind of looks like it's an all-around suit, I would definitely prioritize the melee from just what it can do, set it up, and smack somebody to death. But if you just want to play it ranged, you could do that too, and kind of stay a little bit safer, because 22 isn't that bad, but the thing is it's big, so I kind of have to take off for range damage defenses when it's bigger. It kind of inherently takes a penalty because it's got that size and it's easier to hit. Overall though, still really tanky, so either pile on the defensive parts in the medium and medium and long, or try to do some more utility parts around that. And if you want to try a damage setup for the range damage, you can. Let me know how that goes. I'm not sure that would be the best thing to do. I'm definitely going to try it, but at first glance, doing the basic get in there, be a frontline melee combo, and being as defensive as possible, especially if you're going in melee, is what I would do. So as far as some other stats on it, it has 80 thruster, and I think I already mentioned, but the numbers on them, 35, both range and melee, and it has a top speed of I think 235, giving it a good boosting speed. It has Force Injector 2, Evasion level 1, and it also has Maneuver Armor. Now I would kind of want damage control on this thing, but I guess that's fine. We'll see how it plays without that. You're wanting to melee anyway, so it kind of makes it a raid, and I'm kind of questioning at this point why it wasn't a raid. So yeah, because that feels very raid skill-y, just saying. Anyway, it does have Maneuver Armor though, which is very nice to have, and the dodge roll and biosensor. I'm pretty sure, again, assuming it is working like the normal biosensor, should give you another dodge roll on top of that. But overall, this suit is definitely a solid suit, very simple, and as we've seen before, simple can do very well. The thing is, this is big, so is this a Mark II versus Gallus J situation? But then again, everything we have at that cost is big, so why not? And at this point, this could be this versus the EXS or the Toads Rider. Since the Cubile has gotten hit, and since this thing kind of counters the lock-on for the Cubile, this might be the suit that takes over. I'm very curious, at the very least, to see what kind of meta we have at 650, and is this the front line we've been needing all along? We have Titan Helmet 1 and Suit 1, and we get, and I'm super happy about this, and sadly there's another banner that I'm going to be spinning on. Hopefully you didn't spin on the 5-step. I've been saying it's a trap, and it was on my alt account. I'm working on that video, and I just got to edit a couple of things together and done, and then so hopefully that'll be out today as well, or tomorrow or whatever. But then I'm gonna have everybody else's added in. So yeah, there's that real quick. But the Palace Athene level 3 is in. 650 Palace Athene. Here we go. They just buffed it. I'm curious to see what health it has, and man, I got to see it chunk a base yesterday, and that damage looked crazy with those missiles. Sadly, the Bowl of Oats, or sorry, the Bolinoak, has, I don't know, they've buffed it I think twice now, and it still needs more. It's sadly too big and bulky, and it just has that gimmick. It's going to get bullied at 600, and it's definitely going to get bullied at 650. I mean, and at its 550 and 500 cost, maybe where it is big, it might work well, because Faz and stuff, but I don't know, the C1 is definitely going to be able to stagger this thing through its damage control with its fully charged beam, and this thing's just going to get shredded by everything out there, really. So, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm not having high hopes for this, but I might try to get a single spin if I can on this banner for the Palace Athene. I really want that suit. I don't have any levels for it. Hopefully I get it sometime during the step up. Now, speaking of step up and banners, there is a banner for this, and that's why I'm saying I'm spinning for it. I don't know if I just mentioned that or not, but there is a banner. So if you want to try for the Palace Athene, or even either of the new levels of the Bolinoak, because they did, again, 3 and 4. That's kind of interesting that they would add both, but there you go. If you want to try for it, there's a banner for it. Moving on, we have a New Year's bonus 10 spin free with a 3-star guarantee, just like the other ones that we had for Christmas. So here we go. Here's the information on it. Go to it. There you go. Have fun. And it does include everything, so just like the ones we had for Christmas. And here's the step up I will be going for most likely. I do not have the double Zeta or the Bawu, and technically I don't have the level 1 Hama Hama, but I'm not as interested in it, sadly, until they actually give it a proper buff. The Hama Hama is not the suit I'm going to be using. The O and the Cubile are really insanely good suits, even after the Cubile's nerf. And the double Zeta definitely acts as a good front line, being able to have huge reach with its downswing on its gun spear thing. So that's always a good one as well. So the last one, if you have none of these suits, is actually really good. The double Zeta is a solid suit. Definitely seeing a bit more play recently for it. And the Bawu, I think at level 1 or level 2 is, I forget what its base level is. Is it 550, 600, or is it 500, 550? Either way, the Bawu is actually a really good raid, very high on the tier list, even though I give it a lot of crap because I play the MLRS, and a lot of people just shoot the shield, and I laugh at it. In team play and more of the competitive side of things, it is definitely one of the more scary suits that you can run into when you see a raid. Double Zeta, again, pretty solid at least. And the Hama Hama, they did just buff it, so they're looking at it. Hopefully it gets another one. The O, I already talked about. Cubile is good, and Zeta, cool. Now, the other stuff to start off with, the first step. If you have 30 tokens and you can get this, I would say go for it if you need the DP, because you can get, at bare minimum, 300,000 DP. If you get the silver box version, it's 500,000 DP, and the gold box is 700,000 DP. That is insane. So the first step of this is crazy. Now the second step will help you burn all of that DP, because they're giving only 300 of the mod kits. Now I don't know about you, but if you've been playing through them giving out a lot of these mod kits, we've got a ton of mod kits. They're everywhere. So We don't really need mod kits. We need money. Literally, if they did the first thing twice, it would be super worth. Or just give us the first one and double it and say the second one's just a normal spin or something. I don't know. Give us recycle tickets or the enhancement tickets. Anything else other than these mod kits. I don't know about you guys, but again, I have a ton of mod kits just lying around, and to use them all, I'd need about 10, 15 million DP just to even think about using them. Actually, I haven't done the math, but I actually kind of want to now. So maybe next update, if I've gotten time, I will do the math and add up how many boxes I got and figure out how much DP it would be. Because, yeah, it's insane. But, really solid step up. The last one, the 5 step, was a debate. I mean, again, hopefully you didn't have too much of a bad experience with it. My alt account did get at least 7 3 stars, which is actually insane compared to last year when I got 0. So, moving on to the rest of the stuff, though. Premium login bonus. Here we go. So let's see if I can remember this. We got the Zeta for the first section of the month. Yeah, we'll say it like that. And I forgot the rest. Wait, now it's showing these? That's interesting. But I know it's the Marasai for the second section of the month. And let's try it again. Okay, I don't know why it's not working now. But it works on the JP version. So we'll go ahead and get that going. But it's the Marasai at the end of the month. And again, we finally, I don't know if I said this last week, but we'll say it this time because I know last time we didn't really point this out, I don't think, or when the last month started. I keep saying your free suit is the last one. And there is a possibility that if you don't get as lucky on getting tickets, you can actually not get the last suit for free, and having monthly having monthly suits helps a lot. So the Zeta, the Dija level 2 this time, and the Marasai level 1. There we go. So again, the free, I'm still going to call it the free one because for the most part, most people will get this for free. But yeah, you might get close at the worst. So farm those boxes. I actually can't remember even if you farm all the containers that you get it. But good luck. Then we have in the ticket shop. Actually, I will say this. The first one's a really good one. I don't have a Zeta, and I wish I did. The Dija level 2 is pretty interesting, but I don't know if 600, I guess it's still pretty good at 600, but I think we have better now. But it has a shotgun, so that's always relevant. Fair enough. Personally, the Marasai, I think, is a secret OP. I think it's amazing. You can really combo well with it, and the buffs that they've done to its beam rifle are fantastic. So I know I see one every now and then that is just crazy, and they're just the people who use it and only use it with that prototype Fadayin rifle. And so, yeah, I can definitely say the Marasai is good. It might not be great, but I think it's kind of secret OP. But anyway, back to this. In the ticket shop, we got the Hyakushiki level 1. There's the big one. So if you don't have that, that is a fun suit to use. It is definitely an iconic suit, and even though I don't play it hardly at all, and I have it, if I didn't have it, I would definitely get it just because of how much of an iconic suit it is, and it's definitely fun to play every now and then. They did buff it, giving it a second dodge roll, so it definitely feels a lot better, even though I give it a lot of crap. It is definitely a solid suit now compared to what it used to be when it first came out. Jiwagu level 4. If you want to be an angry toddler elephant and you really like doing that, there's a level 4 in the ticket shop now. Gotchas, same thing, only minus the angry toddler elephant part. There you go. And I would also say the same for the GM Sniper 2 level 3. All of these suits, if you can't tell, I don't really hold too much of a high standard for, but they're in the ticket shop. There you go. Have fun. Now this suit though, this is my baby right here. The Zeong. It has my Zeong cheese for the base killing in space. This is what carried me to A, and what I believe if I just played non-stop and only played 550, that I could carry myself to, well, by carry myself, I mean it would definitely carry me to S- at some point. Unless people just got so good that I couldn't do it anymore. There would be that. But that'd be interesting to see what the limit of the Zeong cheese would be. Sadly, space dailies are a thing, and I like to play rated too much, so oops. And I think I've played the Zeong, if I had to guess, less than 10 times in probably past 6 months. Or less than 20, I'd say. I'd say I probably played about maybe 10 times at most every 3 months now, just because I've been playing everything else. But there you go. There's the DP store. It's in there. Ensign 1, I found out, is the rank you need. And I believe they actually have a couple of extra new things in there that I don't recall what they are. So go check that out. If actually, you know what? I've got it right here. I can check. But just to show it on screen, the Dewas Kai. We got the Dewas Custom in the game now. 450 general, and it is ground and space for the clan suit. So interesting suit. It's a general. So it's pretty much looks like a Rick Diaz, but it's of course designed or developed from the Rick Diaz here. Overall, it says it has a high-powered beam bazooka that has been improved in terms of operating, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what that actually means. And it has the J grenade, which, jamming. So it's kind of like the Recon Zaku's grenade with the jamming effect. So I guess it has the beam, the grenade, and I'm guessing the heat rod. So if that's it, you know, probably you just jam, beam, and melee. I'm guessing that's all we're going to see out of it. It might have its little chest laser. So if it's a Rick Diaz, I'm pretty sure that's actually, instead of the blinding thing, that's actually a beam that staggers. So I'm guessing this is a essentially 450 peasant watch that is also a Rick Diaz kind of thing. So I'm guessing that's how it plays. It's pretty much a peasant watch with a grenade, is what I'm going to guess. In which case, that is awesome. I want it. So got to get on that clan match life. And with that, we'll go ahead and look at the clan matches here. And real quick, I will check to see what the other new DP store stuff is. Let's see. Yes, the Dom Tropin level 3 and the Power GM level 3. Okay, I was wondering. I knew it was something, but I wasn't for sure what. Okay, so hopping into the clan match stuff. Here we go. So, Saturday in the morning, again, 650, 6v6, impact site, basic. Get in your O's and have some fun, or have some fun bullying them with your clan. That'll be really interesting to see. I can't wait to see if the O meta is actually a meta, and that'll be definitely the part where we get to see it. At 300, we have, or, well, the next week, we have it at 300, and this is going to be our late night one. So 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. And we have 300 4v4 Tropical Desert Simple Battle. Not so much on the Tropical Desert, but it'll be cool with the 4v4. I'm definitely going to be trying probably my half cannon, my Zaku half cannon. I think that'll be awesome to use. And it'll definitely be a change of pace from just using the rabbit type. Anyway, moving on, we have 500. Well, that's back to early in the morning. The late night one's the one I really wanted to cover, but I guess I'll say that is on the next week after that. 500 6v6 target shuffle, deserted city. So I'm curious if we're going to get a 500 suit, and I'm really curious if we're actually going to get a 300 suit the next week. We'll see if that becomes a thing again. But anyway, so yeah, that is the New Year's patch. So anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Usual links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Discord, stuff like that. Leave me a comment down below of what you thought about everything in this. Are you excited for the O? Are you excited for the new year? What do you think of them kicking this off with this? And I guess technically it's not the new year, but sure. I'm pretty sure this is considered the new year patch. I didn't actually look to see if they had a New Year's bonus. So there we go. And New Year's boosted supply drop. I didn't actually read that as that, but there we go. So anyway, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace!